Oh, hi. I didn't realize that camera was rolling. That's my editor. Okay, well, welcome back to another episode of In the Kitchen with Chef Renee, you and your favorite chef.
I'm a mother of four, it's really busy and time is tight. I was able to return to college because of the Community College Opportunity Grant, a free tuition grant. Hudson County Community College changed my life.
The college community made me feel like a person, not just a number. The Community College Opportunity Grant covers additional costs while keeping me debt-free. I'm building a new future at Hudson County Community College.
We have, as you can see, a lot going on here. I need a bigger counter because I have the cast iron that we are going to make baked macaroni and cheese in, and it doesn't fit on this table. So I need to win the lottery so I can get a new place, big counter, and I can walk from one end to the other end. That would be fine. But in the meantime, I have to deal with what I have. Like I said, we are going this evening to make string beans with smoked turkey and potatoes. So good. Now, I'm using smoked turkey. Some people use smoked neck bones, right? They use smoked neck bones with theirs. And some people, they change it up. They change it up. You know, smoked turkey, smoked neck bones. And what about ham hocks? Oh yeah, you know those ham hocks when the meat falls off the bone? You be eating, it's a meal in itself, the string beans and potatoes and ham hocks. That's to die for. Let me tell you, I don't eat pork anymore, but I cook it. But I can just, you get that thing in your cheeks. It's like, I can't wait. And sit down and all your fingers be all sticky. You know what I'm talking about. It's so good. But outside of that, we are just going to use our smoked turkey. In the meantime, I have to have my Domaine del Riviere wine because that gets me going. You know it. I bump into some of you say, Renee, you have that wine. I say, yeah, it's good. You got to cook with the wine and you have to have some music going too, if you can. Oh, that's good. Okay, so string beans first. Now, some people, they take the string bean, I think they all should, and they clip the end. Some people leave one end on, and some people both ends off. The string beans themselves, I break it in half like this. So I will go click. Now you remember those days? I remember, what am I doing? I remember years ago when I was a kid, just a little years ago, family would sit down and they'd be making the string beans, and your grandmother or your mother or uncle, they'd sit down at the table and they have their little drink on and they'd be popping these string beans just like this. Talking, oh yeah, did you see what Maddie did today and those kids and da-da-da-da. I can't wait for these string beans. Yeah, you know just what I'm talking about. And you know they're good when they make that snap, when it goes, it's ready. There we go. Oh my goodness, string beans. Now, in addition to the smoked turkey, let me move this out the way, bring this into the picture. I have pieces like this, okay? Just like this. We're gonna go to the stove and I'm gonna show you exactly what I do. However, when I'm doing mine, I start boiling the smoked turkey first. You probably do the same with the ham hocks, etc. Because if you put the potatoes and you put the string beans in the pot together, the potatoes probably will cook faster than the string beans, and then the meat doesn't fall off of the smoked turkey. So what I do, I cook that first. I add maybe a little chicken stock or chicken broth, whatever you have, to help flavor it. I add just a pinch of salt. Remember, watch your salt. Some salt, some pepper. You're gonna see, we're gonna go there in a minute, and you let that boil. And then when you see the meat starting to fall off, that's when I add the potatoes. And then afterwards, you'll see me do it. Then I add the string beans and cover it, and you talk about your kitchen be smelling. It's just like you walk in the door and somebody's cooking some collard greens. And you walk in the door and you say, somebody's cooking some collard greens. Who's cooking that collard greens? It's me, I'll make some collard greens. Oh, you got some string beans and ham hocks and potatoes? You know that song, right? String beans and ham hocks and collard greens. You know that song I'm talking about. Yeah, you do. So this is just the beginning, the base of it. I already showed you how to cut, how to clip these, and it's that simple. Remember, add a little salt, a little pepper. You can use some stock, broth, whatever you have, and let it cook. The next thing is let's move this out the way. Let's leave this here. The potatoes. Potatoes, very simple. I use the red, you could use the red. That's left up to you. I have a potato peeler, or maybe your family, I wouldn't use a knife this big. They sit back and remember the old school, how the grandma and the mother would sit back and they will peel these potatoes by hand. And let me tell you, they did not peel any of it. They got it real. Look at that. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Peel these potatoes with a sharp knife, and I better be careful because this knife is like a blade, a razor blade, as such. But the way I do it, nowadays we have potato peelers. So simply go like this, get it off. Okay? You know what I mean. Or you can take the potato, and don't forget, after you peel the potato, put it in water. Or you could look at the potato and take off any little blemishes that you see that you don't like. And you take the potato, cut it once, cut it twice, okay? Just like this. Or you can even make it smaller. And there we have some small pieces of potato with the skin on that you will add to your pot, okay? Just like that. Real simple, okay? Let's take a look at that right now. Okay, now that that's cooking on the stove, and let me tell you, it smells so good. Really, it smells good. You will love it when it's finished. Okay, so the next thing, we have some baked macaroni to make, and we also have some cornbread made from scratch. Well, what do you want to do first? let's do the baked macaroni and cheese, okay? I have Colby cheese and I have extra sharp cheese that I'm gonna add to mine. I have some butter and I have some milk. You don't have to worry about cheese. You hear me? You don't have to worry, and I didn't have a lot of wine. You don't have to worry about salt because the cheese already has salt. And what you do when you boil in your macaroni, you can just a little bit of salt. Not like this, just a little bit. Okay? So I have this. Let me get my bowl together. Here we go. This is for our macaroni. Now, some people, what they do, they take the macaroni and the cheese, they put it in the pot and melt it. Okay, you can do that if you like, but I don't. I like taking the cheese and putting it in there and watch it melt, and you have the milk. You can use 2% milk, or you can use carnation milk, which is a little thicker, a little sweeter. Okay, let me get some macaroni. Ooh, look at that. You know I made more than I should. That's Renee. Always making more than I actually need. Okay? That should be good. Now, when you cook your macaroni, do not cook it all the way. All right? Cook it not al dente, just maybe a minute or two shorter than what the box directions say. So if it says 6 minutes, you can cook like 5 minutes, because what's going to happen, it's going to cook when it's inside of the oven. So let's get started. Hey, look at this. My handy little cast iron. Oh, I just love my cast iron pots and pans and all that kind of stuff, okay? So, when you have a cast iron, remember that you want to keep it oiled, okay? Because it's iron, and what happens if water is on it, you know it's going to start turning. And you're going to say, oh, it's no good, throw it away. No. And you can always go on the internet and you can find out, and on one of my shows, how to take care of your cast iron, okay? So, now that I have that, and I have my macaroni, let's do this. You see me, I'm just throwing it all over the place. All right, let me just add just a little butter. This is so I won't get my piece here all messed up. And, I'm gonna use paper towel just to get that butter all over it, because I don't want my macaroni to be sticking, even though some people do like, you know, the corner. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. Okay. Very good. All this butter on there. Okay. All right, so I did that. Let's put some macaroni in here. And like I said, I should have enough. I have actually, I have more than enough, I think, because everybody likes macaroni and cheese. The more the cheese, the better it is. Now, you know you heard that from me. You know I'm in a good mood. Oh, yeah. Look. I took out just enough. Now, if I need a little bit more, you know, I got some over there on reserve. Hold on. All right, so we need some eggs. And I have 2 eggs. Move this out the way. Move the spatula. Let's have our egg. There we go. Let's put this here. Let's do one more. Now, we might not use all of this egg in this because this is a small amount, but we just want to make sure we have enough. Okay. There we go. Put that on the side. I have my spatula because I'm gonna start tossing and turning. Not with my hands, no. With the macaroni and the cheese. Now, let's start adding some of this cheese. Move this out the way. Move this. Maybe I have enough room. There we go. So you can see now you see what I'm doing. What I'm working with, as they say. Yeah, look at this. Different types, 2 different types. There's a celebrity out there, and when she makes her macaroni and cheese, she puts 10 different cheeses. I remember one time I said, I'm gonna put about 6 or 7 cheeses. I'm talking about my blood pressure going up. Folks, my blood pressure was just like that. All that salt. Oh my goodness, it was terrible. I said, I will never do that again. I think I did about 6, maybe. It was terrible. I was wondering, I said, why am I feeling a little lightheaded? And I said, you know what, it's probably following that celebrity that we all know who put the 10 different types. But I know it was good. Okay, let's add some egg. Just a little for now. And make sure after you cook your macaroni, please make sure that it is cooled off, because what will happen, you will add the egg and you'll have scrambled eggs because the macaroni was hot. So you can fix the macaroni first. Okay. Ooh, I got some more cheese here and I got some more wine there. Hold on. Oh boy. And today the weather is nice. It's like 66 degrees and it's going on 5:30. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, look at this. And let's put some more. Then I'm going to add my milk. Look at this. I'm talking about a lot of cheese in this small pan. Woo, I'm telling you. Da-da! Is that what I'm supposed to say? Oh, I'm supposed to go like this. Da-da! Oh, I'm supposed to go like da-da! Stop, Renee. Okay, look at this. Oh, where you going? He said, not me. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. And it's not none of that artificial cheese. This is some real good cheese. Maybe I should put a little bit more. Yeah, boy. Let me put this aside over here. Wipe my hands. I got the cheese right here. Yeah. A block of it, no less. Now you can get the cheese, if you prefer, you can get the cheese already grated. I mean, that's left up to you. Whew, almost a block. When I get my parties, and I make baked macaroni and cheese, and I make those pans, you know those aluminum pans? I make those pans, and it'd be full, and I do 2. Children be lining up, and when I say children, you know, that's adults. You know, we call them children. children be lining up. They said, ooh, some baked macaroni and cheese. They be standing with their plates in their hand and shaking to the music. All right. Oh, this is more than enough. But we like it cheesy. See, this mac. They say not me. Oh my goodness. This is gonna be smack yourself good. Yeah, boy. Woo. Okay. So I think maybe just a pinch more of the egg, not too much. I think I did, let's see, maybe a good 1.5 eggs, beaten eggs. Because I want this to hold it together. Okay, so, see, it's jumping out the pan. It's not me. You see that? Look at that. Okay. Now, I'm going to add some milk. Now, a friend of mine, Louise, she is the pro at making baked macaroni and cheese, and she said, and another friend said, Miss Bridget, she said you can tell when you can tell if you have enough milk when you see it rising on the side. And this is approximately 1 cup of 2%. Oh, that's perfect. Woo! We are throwing down tonight. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Now what I do to finish it off, and this is a mess, clean off my board. Let's put this out the way. And this. Okay. What I do, if nothing is full, I tell you, I need more space. I take some butter. This is good, it's room temperature. And I just place it, oops, shouldn't hold a knife like that. I place it like this. There's another piece. There's another. So when this butter melts, oh my God. Woo! Yeah. Okay. So, here we are. We are ready. Now, I'm going to clean this off because it'll be a catastrophe if some of this falls in the oven. Not like it hasn't happened. I had a party, I think it was last year. I don't know what happened. I had aluminum foil and it had a little hole and it fell down in the oven and people were just starting to come here to the party. I was expecting about 40 people and my friends jumped up and helped me and we were able to go on and finish. Okay, so here we are. You don't have to cover it, just leave it because the macaroni is done. You just want the cheese to melt, okay? And there's nothing falling on the edge that'll fall down in the oven. 350 degrees until the cheese starts to melt, and then you might see the top of it. It'll be a little brown, and you'll know it's ready. Okay, I'm back. Now, while that cooks or bakes, we are going to make some cornbread from scratch. I'm telling you, with some jalapeno pepper. We are going to throw down with this. All right, so right after this commercial break, I'll be back. As cool temperatures are upon us, the first thing I think of is soup season and one-pot meal. R.L. Schreiber products are the perfect way to start your home-style recipes this season. With such a wide selection of concentrated stocks, chili peppers, and flavor-based products, let R.L. Schreiber be the beginning of your end result. Okay, I'm back. It is time for us to make some cornbread. That's jalapeno cornbread, y'all. That's right. But I have a couple of messages that I want to pass on to you. As you know, this is our second season, and we have added a couple of little things to the show, especially some of the home cooks or chefs who belong to Hudson Community College of Continuing Education. They have a club, a culinary club. You can join the club. You do not have to be a student who graduated from the college. You don't have to be a chef. All you have to do is fix something to eat, and then you take that and you upload it. And every week, the club admins, I'm an admin, but I do not do the selection. A picture is selected. Your picture will be selected. Everybody gets selected eventually, but the picture is selected, and then it is posted, and that's the food picture for the week. And then your picture shows up here on the show. Yes, your food picture, so you'll be able to tell your friends, oh, my picture is on In the Kitchen with Chef Renee. Mine was selected as the best food picture for the week. And we will show it like this. Okay, so you see what I mean? Really nice, really simple. Now, we have another feature, I should say, on the show, and it is, we're bringing people like yourself, home cooks, you could be a chef, etc., to come on the show, and you can talk about something that's happening in your neighborhood. You can talk about food that you're making. You could talk about things that's happening in the school with the children. We spotlight you, and it's called Spotlight, a conversation with, and then we introduce that person, and that person is able to chat with me. We do it through Zoom because, COVID today, and we cannot be, 20 feet. Instead of going through all of that, I interview people, and it's done through Zoom, okay? That is a feature. And in the meantime, I want you to look at this one. Take a look. Hi, this is Renee Hewitt from In the Kitchen with Chef Renee Hewitt. This evening, I'm talking with a good person, a good chef, a good friend, Anthony Spirito. He is a member of Hudson County Community College Continuing Ed Culinary Club. You can be a member too. You do not have to go to the college, or you don't don't have to be a member of the college. All you have to do is just sign up on Facebook. And you never can tell, you might be next to be interviewed. Anthony, thank you for taking the time this evening so we can talk a little bit about you. Tell us, what's going on with with the food in your case?
Well, I mean, look, we're in a pandemic, and we're mostly at home, and really the only thing that has been keeping me sane has been cooking. That's sort of my Zen place, you know. It always has been, but it now more than ever. So I've just been cooking up a storm. I really don't prefer to go out and eat anymore, at least not until we get a vaccine. So, you know, I'm cooking.
You know, there's nothing like
off.
home food. There's nothing like food cooked from home. I'm not big on going out to restaurants unless it's something special. And talking about special, what is your specialty? What do you like to cook? Or do you have any particular style or dish?
You know, Renee, I would say that the thing that I'm most comfortable cooking is Italian American cuisine, which was, you know, handed down to me from my mother and my grandmother. But I really like cooking everything. I mean, I just the other night, on Friday night, I made a Chinese dish. I like cooking Indian. I love Chinese cuisine, Asian cuisine, Indian cuisine. So I don't limit myself to one cuisine, but the cuisine that I don't need recipes for is for Italian American cuisine. That just comes naturally for me.
Yeah.
But everything else, I mean, I love to eat and I love to cook, and I don't have any one favorite really. I mean, I just whatever's a challenge to me.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. That's what I like to do. I like challenges, but I'm limited because of my partner, what's good in the food, because certain people don't eat certain things, and I understand that.
Oh, by the way, I have the same limitations. I have a partner who doesn't eat certain things either. It is what it is. But I mean, regardless of whether or not our significant others like or dislike certain things, it's also really important, if we're interested in cooking for personal growth, you have to have sort of an expansive palate. You don't want to be a one-trick pony. You want to you want to cook whatever you're inspired to cook.
Now, talk about Italian food, which is what you love the most. Is there any particular dish? Because I've seen some of your pictures on the Culinary Club, and I'm just going, that's why, ladies and gentlemen, I selected him as one of the guests because I saw his pictures and he made me look bad.
Look, I can make any pasta dish. Currently, I mean, for me, I'm a person who grew up in an Italian American household, where we ate pasta quite a bit. And that's an Italian American household. There are households in Italy, particularly in the south of Italy, where they eat pasta 2-3 times a day.
Really?
I can't do that. Yeah, they do. That is true. That is true. Believe it or not. And that's every day, 2 or 3 times a day.
Some type of pasta.
Yes, some type of pasta. This is not all households in Italy, but in some regions of Italy, this is how they eat. I don't know. I lost that gene that allows me to eat a lot of pasta, because if I eat a lot of pasta, I wouldn't even fit on your camera screen right now.
And today people are careful about eating so much pasta because of weight gain, and pasta has salt in it, and we need to. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because it's
Some
it's
people have to
too
do that,
much.
particularly me.
Okay.
But there are also some people who can eat pasta until it comes out of their ears,
Well,
and
the
they would
younger
never.
generation can
Yeah,
do
probably
that.
right. I'm okay. So full disclosure, I'm over 50, and my
Yeah,
body does not metabolize food the way it used to.
yeah, the same
But the
with me.
reality is, though, I love pasta,
That's good.
and even though I haven't had it in a few months, I am very well versed in making any kind of pasta. I
Well,
mean,
ladies and
and I
gentlemen, let me tell you, I just happened one day to see Anthony's pictures, and he was jarring some sauce, pasta sauce, and I was like, "Whoa!" And he was already in the culinary club, so I had to. How
that's right,
do
we
I
connected.
how do I jar this sauce? And then I did it the first time. The sauce was too runny, Anthony, and then it didn't have the flavor I was looking for. Then I tried it again, and I tried it again. I would have made more in the past couple of a week or so, but I ran out of lids. But ladies and gentlemen, his sauce, look, I mean, to perfection. How was that? Was it? Have you been doing this a long time?
I've been doing it for a number of years now, and I will tell you that it's not an exact science, and it is in the beginning. It's a lot of trial and error. So
Yes.
the first batches of sauce that I made, I was not particularly fond of either. I really didn't like it, and like you, I kind of felt like this is too runny. This was not what I had.
Yeah.
This was not what I was envisioning for this. So I just kept at it, and that's the thing about cooking. You're never gonna. It's very rare that you're gonna hit a home run right your first time at home plate. You've got to try over
Yes.
and over again.
I've
And,
learned that.
that is an accepted standard norm in cooking. You're never perfect the first time out. You've got to keep at it, and it really is. It's an art that you need to sort of you need to practice and get
So
good at
maybe
it.
one day you can come on the show, or, well, I should
Oh,
say
hell
I
yeah.
can zoom in in your kitchen, and you
Oh,
can prepare
God willing,
something
we're going to
for us.
have a vaccine soon where, none of this
Huh?
is going to be. I said, God willing, we're going to have a vaccine soon.
Yeah,
So we're not going to need to be doing any of this over Zoom. We could be side by side and doing it for a change.
yeah. But in the meantime, we could do a
But
Zoom
in the-
one day. Yeah, I mean, it would be fun.
Absolutely.
I think people will enjoy it because we don't know when this vaccine is coming. That's the whole
it's
thing.
going to be a while.
Yeah,
gonna be a while.
and we do have to eat. That's the most
We do
important
have
thing.
to eat. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about you and cooking. Now, you say that Italian food is really number one for you, and you did some Chinese. You said you did some Chinese food.
I've done Chinese, I've done Indian, I do a lot of, believe it or not, Mexican food, because I have a very good friend of mine who is a Mexican American, and we are like we're sort of soul brothers or soul sisters when it comes to cooking.
Uh-huh.
We are so in tune with each other, and he has taught me so much about Mexican cuisine, particularly in the northern part of Mexico.
Uh-huh.
So I don't limit myself to anything. What comes easiest to me is Italian American food,
Yeah.
but it isn't the be all and the end all for me. I cook. I've cooked food from across the globe.
I have
in terms
watched
of
shows.
cuisine.
I have watched shows with people cooking across the globe, but I haven't had. Sometimes I don't think it's going to come out right, so I sort of pull away from it. But now, in the past few weeks, I said, okay, I'm gonna challenge this. I'm going to try and make
Yes, my feeling is, and I, it's the, I'm gonna get a little psychological here, and I'm gonna say that, I am very, very typically tentative and insecure person. However, in the kitchen, I'm not insecure. I feel free in the kitchen. So all of those inhibitions, all of those insecurities, all of those things that hold me back as a person in general, they don't hold me back in the kitchen. And I think that's why I gravitate toward cooking so much, because I don't feel inhibited. I don't feel scared. I don't feel intimidated.
Yeah.
And there has been nothing in my life that has challenged me but not intimidated me the way that cooking has.
Yeah, but now I'm starting to, I have a lot more confidence in myself that I can prepare. If I can get through one dish and it's good, that's my inspiration. Otherwise, I fall back a little and I say, you know what, that didn't come out. And I will think about it later on. I said,
oh yeah, you'll obsess on it. Like me, that's what I do. I obsess on it.
Yeah. How am I gonna, fix this dish that I thought was going to come out good, and it didn't. Anthony, we don't have too much time. In the last couple of minutes, is there anything that you would like to say?
I just want to say that I really love the Hudson County Community College culinary group. Obviously, that's how you and I got to know each other. It's a great community of cooks from all walks of life, be they chefs, be they home cooks like me, because I'm not professionally trained at all.
Yes, chef.
But I think it's a great platform for people to share their work, their art, their passion. And I was inspired by my mother, who was she was not a chef, but she was a home cook, but she loved to cook. And it was her love of cooking that inspired me to be the cook that I am today. And I'm very proud of that. And all of you out there, all of you who love cooking, you should be proud of what you do, because I think it adds a little bit of love to our world, and Lord knows we need that right now.
Yes. Well, as I said before, thank you, Chef Anthony.
Oh, my pleasure, Renee. Thank you.
Wasn't that nice? Wasn't that really nice? That is Anthony. He is a culinary club member, and I select different people, and if you have something to say. Now, some people, they're afraid of the camera. Some people are not. As you can see, I'm not afraid of the camera. It's just like if you was in my house and I was talking to you. But those who are not camera shy, I'll bring them on, and you join the club, and you could be have focus on you as well. The spotlight, a conversation with you. All right, so enough of that. It is time to make some good old cornbread. And this is buttermilk cornbread, a little different, and it is so good. Okay, now the first thing I want to do is my jalapeno pepper and my knife. Now, you do not have to use jalapeno pepper. This cornbread is not like hot. I do use this, leave the seeds in, but it's not, because there's so much going on around it. You do not have to use buttermilk. You can just use regular milk, but this is my recipe, and it calls for buttermilk, and like I said, if you want jalapeno pepper. All right, so let's get this corner off, and we are going to chop. Now remember, those of you who do not use jalapeno pepper, be careful. Do not hold the jalapeno pepper and then go and touch your eye or your lips. Because when you go to moisten your lips, you go say, oh my goodness, I'm burning up. I'm used to it, so I don't wear gloves. So you don't have to cut these up any particular way. This is just like a rough cut. Oh, and I can smell it. Ooh, this smells good. Now watch me start to sneeze, and then my eyes start to burn. You know, like when you cut onion, one way to keep your eyes from not watering when you cut onion, you know where the roots part is? Do not cut that if you can help it, because that's gonna make your eyes run. Okay, so I have this. I think this is enough. I think this is quite enough. Ta-da! If I can find it right. Oh, I have my little handy one. This brings back memories because this is the one I used when I was in culinary school at Hudson Community College. Yeah, this was the beginning. They all work the same, don't worry about it. Okay, let's have some wine. Now that we have our peppers cut, we're gonna start adding our ingredients, okay? We have flour. Okay, just one flour. Now the recipe you'll be able to find, I'll give it to you. Flour. This is corn meal, okay? It's regular, not that cornmeal, the self-rising and have everything in it. No, this is just the regular, all right? I have some, not baking powder, baking soda. Just a little bit. For those of you who do not like sugar, you don't have to add it. This recipe calls for 2/3 of a cup. I'm using less than that. See? Okay. Now that we have our dry ingredients, we want to what? Mix them. And mix them well. Let me tell you something. See that? I was making some cornbread and in a rush and not paying attention, and I did not mix these dry ingredients well enough. You know what happened to my cornbread, right? The top of it was hard, almost as a rock. And then, instead of me putting baking soda, I put baking powder. Now you know what happened to that. I was so mad, but I didn't realize it until I thought about what I was doing. Now, this is a bit much, but I want to make sure all of the dry ingredients are well mixed. Okay, this should be good. Now I'm going to start adding my wet ingredients, in which one of them is butter, originally which I melted. But this is the whole secret to the cornbread, is adding this butter. You talk about some cornbread that's moist, oh my goodness. Butter is perfect. All right, so there's our butter. Next, we're gonna add, let's do our jalapenos. Okay, you with me? You see how simple this is? Let's, look at this. I'm gonna add that amount. Now, when you add the jalapeno, as you mix, you'll be able to see how much you have, and you can just add. Remember now, if the recipe calls for 1/2 cup or 2/3, remember, use that. Don't go beyond, because other than cooking on the stove, if you don't use the correct recipe for baking, your product will be all messed up. Really, it will be. I experienced it. Okay, saying I'm gonna add a little bit more, add a little bit more. It was a total mess. So if it calls for 2/3, use a measuring cup. I use one as well. All right, buttermilk. Look at that. I'm just putting a little bit. Let's put this here. Get my spatula and start it like this. You see that? Look. This is going to be good if it's not all over the place. Okay. Just using this just to start it. Yeah, it looks like it's not coming together, but after you start mixing it, it will all come together. Trust me. Okay. Let's do this. Do this. It's a little dry. Let's add some more buttermilk. A little bit at a time. Oh, yeah. There we go. See, that flour and the cornmeal is going to absorb it, and then it's going to start getting nice and loose. Now, I remember when I first start making it, I left it like this and wondered why it didn't work. That's because I didn't mix it enough. Let me get to this. Yeah. Add some more buttermilk. Oh yeah, here it comes. You see that? Look at that. See, it was stiff before. See, now it's becoming loose, and you can see the jalapeno in it. Okay, excuse me a second while I beat this cornbread. Oh yeah. Look at that. All right. You see that? Woo. Wow. Whew. But at the end of the day, it's good, and I think I need some more buttermilk. Hold on. Shake, shake. Just a pinch. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah. Now y'all probably say, you don't need all of that. Yes, you do. I'm making sure mine come out real good. You see? Look at that. That's what we want. All right, now that we have that done, let me just clean up here my workstation. I have enough jalapeno pepper in it. There we go. That's good. Okay. Whew, that was work. But look, remember before it was sort of thick? Now it has a little run to it. Let's get the cast iron. Oh, shit. Ta-da! I meant this pan because I have one cast iron like that, which means I have to get another. Okay, so let me get a paper towel. And I'm gonna use that to butter my pan. I really have to get another cast iron, but this works. And it's the same size. Okay, see, nice and buttered. Throw that away. And I'm going to add this right to our pan. Oh, yeah, look at that. Now this is not going to rise to the very top of the pan. If you want, you can double the recipe and it'll rise to the top. Okay, let's put this over here, out of the way, and we're gonna smooth this out. Oh yeah, woo! Look at that. Let's tap it a little. There we go. There we go. Now, clean up a little. Now, whew, wasn't that easy? That was a lot of fun. So when we come back later, I will show you everything put together. We'll have the cornbread, we'll have the string beans and potatoes and the smoked turkey. And we'll also have our baked macaroni and cheese. That's going to be it. And this cornbread is going to be to die for. The best, as my good friend, best friend, Deborah says. Okay. This was a wonderful, wonderful evening. I hope all of you enjoyed yourself. I did. And until next time.